everybody, Dogman Dan here. A little bit of Warframe stuff I need to address, get off my chest. Um, Hopefully help you out with some misunderstandings on things that are going on, have been going on, that type of stuff. I don't know how to explain it. And I'm probably gonna have another video at the channel update video explaining some other things that are gonna be changing. Here some very big things that are going to be changing around on the channel itself in general, but mostly this is going to focus on Warframe and that such for the few people that are still around enjoying the Warframe content. So, um, as always, I jump around on things and I like to talk a lot, so we'll see how long people actually stay and listen and how long I talk. Anyway, okay, so first let's kind of just break down recently and then kind of go backwards a bit, I guess. I don't even know how to do it. But so the most recent thing was the 150th dev stream, right? No, prime time. Prime time. There at night on Friday night, and I left a comment on Twitter. How about me? How come you never put me on live stream? Um, and I know full well I'll never get on the live streams. And the thing is, guys, it has nothing to do with not being able to be on live stream or not being able to how do I put this? Um, Not being offered to get on like the live stream or on the second stream podcast or things like that. It's not that I haven't been offered. I mean, I've been working with DE for what, 3 years now, and I've been playing this game for 4 years now. Um, so even longer than that, maybe I've been working with DE for what, almost 3.5 years? I don't know, but I've been playing for 4 years, and honestly, if you look at it in terms of active players, I am the oldest active YouTube creator for Warframe. Yeah, I've been doing this longer than everybody else that's still around. And honestly, before that, there was maybe one or two people before me. So interesting. And as well, I am probably the oldest YouTube Warframer, if you will, in terms of age as well. So most of these other guys out there, they're what I would consider youngins. Um, and most of them they're just kids, and that's the type of thing that you see on all these these streams and podcasts and stuff like that because they're available. They don't have, you know, responsibilities per se as I do. They don't have a family to take care of. They live with their parents. They can be home. They have part-time jobs or they don't have any jobs because they're making tons of money off of Warframe because that's all they do. Um, but the thing is, it has nothing to do with me not being able to get on them. I could get on any of them, but timing just doesn't work for me. Okay? So it's not that I can't, it's that I can't because of scheduling conflicts. It's always been scheduling conflicts. I mean, I work a lot. I work 10, 12 plus hours a day, generally Monday through Friday. My schedule is all messed up in terms of when I get home from work, when I don't get home from work. Generally, for the most part, most people have known me through the years that if you see me online, you're not going to see me on like the community team speak or anything like that. And I probably won't even talk to you guys until after 8 o'clock at night. Because anything before that point, I may be home for a few minutes. I may just be checking in on something, logging right back off. I've got things that got to get done. I mean, I'm not home till 6 o'clock at night. Then it's time to make sure the kids have their stuff taken care of. And I don't have time to sit and watch dev streams in prime time and try to schedule to get on one of those when they're on during the day for me. I mean, the podcasts, they run during the day, the dev streams run during the day. Prime time is at 7 o'clock at night. I'm still up with the kids. I'm sorry, real life is more important than the fantasy life, if you will. So for me, anything after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock is usually the thing. And, you know, I've I've had conversations with a number of DE staff before. I mean, I've had a couple of them on the Nog TeamSpeak. They all know they're able to come on anytime they want to. I'm not going to record them if they don't want to be recorded, anything like that. We just shoot the shit. That's fine with me. So my relationship with DE and other developers for that matter, but this we're obviously focusing on Warframe here. So my relationship with DE has never been bad. Um, maybe it's not as, what would you say, visually as popular as everybody else, but I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. That's just more me. I mean, I'm not, I'm not whatever. I don't even know how to say it like these other guys that are out there. I'm very open with everything with you guys. I don't, I just don't. I get straight to the shit. I don't, I don't bullshit on things. But so it has nothing to do with me not being able to get on them. It's all conflict of schedules. Real life comes before, like I said, the fantasy life and everything else. And it'll always be that way. So, unfortunately, unless they do things that are after 8 o'clock my time, where I know I can, make the time to get on and do that, and then that is what it is. When it comes to things like this upcoming, I don't remember what it is, a 24-hour or 48-hour live stream event that's going to be happening with all the Warframe channels. More details on that stuff is coming. Um, I elected not to do it because it's a 2-hour block that you'd have to choose to be on Twitch, and that's fine. But I can't with my schedule. I mean, it's again, it's during the week. I can't fit that in. I can't tell you if I'm going to be online for 2 hours during the week. I don't have that much time available to me after working how many hours a day, coming home, relaxing with the kids, doing homework, all that stuff. And it's like I sit down, I'll make a video or two. Sometimes it's just gameplay stuff because I'm just too tired to talk and be social. And sometimes I just pass out and don't do anything. Um, so I guess that's the only thing is, I can't be what the young kids can be, and I guess that's pretty much the way else it is everywhere, right? So I will never be, I guess, that popular in that respect, but I know that what I do is important to many people. Many people tell me all the time they're always looking for my stuff. I know that I still make a significant dent or have a significant play in the community itself, and that's what's important. And it has nothing to do with DE. And yeah, I go after DE just as much as I go after the player base, the community, on things that concern me. And when I don't like something, I'm not afraid to speak my mind about it. Um, some things, obviously, recently I've decided to keep privately and handle it privately. And some things have been handled very well privately, and things have been taken care of. And as a result of that, I've had some extra backlash that I've recently found through different social things. I always deal with a lot of trolls and people that come over to my channel and try to rip on to me and make comments and stuff, and they get things going, and they're there specifically to troll and to see what kind of comments I'll come out with. And I've said some things before, but I'll tell you, the thing is, if you come at me, I have no qualms of going right back at you. And the thing that really is the issue is that people get butthurt when that content creator actually goes back after them when they've come after you. And they get butthurt about it, so they go and try to use that against you. Um, and it's just funny and interesting because these are what I like to call my zealous fans, my overzealous fans, my stalker fans, if you will. Most have been banned from my channels and my social media accounts as of now. My latest one came from a direct result of me making that comment on Twitter last week about my live stream stuff. And I had no idea this guy's been stalking me since like October. I had banned him on several other platforms, from YouTube to Facebook to different things that I'm on, because this guy was just an annoying troll, and I had my time with him. And then I started seeing comments pop up, and I'm realizing when I'm looking at this, I'm realizing, one, who he's friends with in terms of the Warframe Mafia that I talk about all the time. And these are the people that he follows, specifically on his Twitter account and everything else. And so it really goes to tell you where a lot of the hate comes from, and it'll always be that way. It comes from those fans that believe, one person's right over the next person and whatever. But yeah, it's apparently it's gone back on this one guy and went all the way back to October. And I had to apologize to several DE staff. I felt like I had to apologize to them, so I wrote some private letters and such because this guy took it social, and he took it social on Twitter, which is I guess the last place that I hadn't even looked, but obviously I looked at that point. And there was some images that were created that were very well edited, if you will, of course. And I'm not saying some of the stuff in there wasn't what I said, because I mean there were some comments in there that were definitely what I said. Not everything is what I was said. There was some copy paste in there from different versions, but it's always funny to see how it's like when they're trying to make you look bad, none of their comments show up. Those all have the read more, so you don't actually see what they've said. They make it so that way when they're after you or a specific person, all that's seen is your comments. I always think that that's funny. But anyway, so I made my apologies to DE about that and, stupid people. Um, and I went ahead and I banned that guy on Twitter. And not 5 minutes after banning him on Twitter, and mind you, he's been banned on my other accounts, he still tries to send me a message on YouTube, to my YouTube channel, message the channel directly. But of course, I have that where you have to be approved on the channel comment. So I got the email. It never went live. And I'm like, this guy's just stalking me everywhere. It's just funny. And he's one of several people. And I can go and look at my account and show you. I mean, I can spend hours going through all the people I've blocked because of this. But I'm not. I don't have time for that. So I mean, and I'm telling a lot of other people that do actually comment that get caught up in the trolls that come to the channel to just let it go. And when I have time and I'm on my channel and I'm managing it, I just go ahead and delete these people. I block them from everywhere I can because there's just no need for that. That cesspool of shit is what it is. I don't need it, and I don't think any of you guys do that actually follow me that are around. You guys don't deserve to be treated like shit. And the thing is, what'll make or break somebody in terms of a creator has nothing to do with the game. It has nothing to do really with the relationship with the developer. It's 100% to do with the people in the community. And that's where several people have left the creator program because of the cesspool of the community, the cesspool of people in the fan channel program. Um, and that's what leads people to leave. And that's kind of where I'm at in terms of things where I've been posting a lot less Warframe stuff, and I'm back to doing a lot of other things because I just ain't got time to deal with the little petty bullshit. And when I've had a little bit more time to relax, then I'll come back and I'll be in full force and do my thing. But things have got to change on that front as well. I know personally that before Warframe, I had a pretty varied channel. I had a good amount of people. And yeah, I gained a lot from Warframe. But in my years, in the early couple years, I was still doing a lot of other stuff. And I was making a lot of other videos. I had a lot of other subscribers that were active watching the other things that I do, not just Warframe. And the past year, I focused a lot more on Warframe. And I had a lot more channel drop off. And definitely part of that is my fault for allowing that to happen, and that's going to have to change. I mean, and I'll explain a bit more about that in my channel update. Why that has to change, where my direction has to be for 2017 and going forward, and what my goals are. I'm going to explain it to you guys so you understand. I appreciate 100% everybody that does follow my channel and comes to here and watches all of my stuff. Makes comments, whether they completely agree with the stuff that I say or not. You're entitled to your opinion, but if you start to become a complete asshat, your opinion gets to disappear, and so do you. And guess what? It's my channel. It's my decision. I don't need it. Just like you go over to the forums. If you're going to be a complete asshole to a developer on a forum, they can delete you. It's my channel. I can do what I want. If I want to post a video about opening up storage containers all day long in a video, and that's all I do is open and close storage containers, guess what? That's what I'm going to do. Because that's what I want to do. My channel is not developed for what you want me to do. It's what I want to do and what I want to showcase, and you can either enjoy it or not. And obviously, as of lately, because of the things that I had said, where I'm taking a lot of stuff privately, and some people have felt those consequences very swiftly. Um, from that, there's been a lot more, um, you know, stalker type people coming after me, trying to get me gone, which is just not going to happen, guys. It's just not going to happen. But in terms of things, yeah, I mean, I will continue to fight the good fight and say the things that I need to say when I think that D's in the wrong on updates and such. But that doesn't mean that I have a bad relationship with them. That doesn't mean that I hate them. I just think that some of the stuff they do is wrong, and I feel like I call it out from my personal opinion. And everybody has their own opinions, and they're entitled to their own thoughts on it. But when you come to my channel and you rip on me and you think that your opinion is the only opinion, you've got it completely wrong. Everybody's opinion counts, and nobody should be ripping on somebody else. And I just don't allow it. Okay, so that's just the way I am. So, but yeah, I mean, mentally, I've needed a break from it because of the community stuff, because of a lot of this, going on, actively going on, apparently, now that I've seen it even more and more on Twitter. I don't know what the hell it is with Twitter, with these fan channels, and with all these stalker like fans and everybody. It's always Twitter that's the issue. They just go to the social shit on Twitter and they rip on somebody and they ruin somebody and they ruin somebody's game experience. And they think they're better than somebody else, and it's just not right. I mean, you look at Faustinator here. I mean, the whole game's ruined for him because of a couple of jackasses in the community decided to ruin it. But they don't care. They think they're better than everybody else. And this is where the issue lies, and you'll see that. You'll see attitudes of creators change. You'll see people stop playing the game because they notice a huge cesspool movement in the community because somebody's doing something that they really shouldn't be, and it's not going the direction they want. And I sit in the middle ground, I think. I always have. Like, I mean, I don't want to be. I don't even know how to say it. A lot of people look up to me, even, you know, the smaller channels. They look up to say, okay, what is he doing? Is he continuing on? Is he stopping? Is he having some issues? Because what he's doing is going to directly affect me. Because the big guys, they don't give a shit, right? I mean, they're the ones causing the problems. Not everybody, just some. But I've always been that guy in the middle. I try to pursue my own thing, but sometimes it does affect everything that you do. I mean, it's, you know, and when I come out and I speak about something, it affects everybody because I think, and this was definitely a couple years ago when I was bigger, um, uh, in that regards to the community itself. Um, you know, how do I say it? If I said something, it was, I don't even know. I don't even know. Like when I can't get something to happen, then it's almost useless for anyone smaller than me to try. If that makes any sense. I have a lot of pull. I have a lot of pull in things. I have a lot of say in things that I don't talk about publicly. When I talk about some of these big bugs and glitches, and you people come and rip on me and harp on me about them, I understand there's a million bugs and glitches, but when I end up finding one and people have talked about it to me privately a few times, and I end up rolling in on one and it's a real problem, and I'm very vocal about it. Every time I've done it, and I've only done it a few times vocally in terms of video wise, they've been handled within a week, um, because they are suddenly noticed as a big problem. So if I mention it to Steve or I mention it to Rebecca or somebody, and I do it, obviously if I do it publicly, they're going to notice it anyway because they're always watching my stuff. But if I bring it to light, then something gets done about it. And we usually see some changes on these big things, or at least they try to address them right away, because obviously, once it reaches someone like me where I don't play a lot because I don't have a lot of time, then it is obviously a very, very big problem, right? I mean, does that make sense to you? When a player base that doesn't get to play a lot is suddenly seeing this bug or this, glitch or whatever you want to call it, then it's reached the point where it is a big problem and it's got to be resolved. I don't know if I'm even saying it right, and I'm just, talking and rambling, whatever, but so that's why I just do it. And yeah, they do listen. Um, the forums are a cesspool. It's hard to even respond anymore to people on the forums. From my point, it's hard for the developers for DE to respond and try to deal with it. And that's why you had the update, terms over there recently, because they had to simplify the terms so people understand. It just, in order to get to the point where they can actually see the good stuff or the stuff that needs to be addressed, they need to eliminate all the shit, right? So that's just the way it is. Um, but I mean, I have a decent relationship with them. I'm not going to say that I'm buddy buddy. They'll fly me out to TennoCon or anything like that, because they won't. I mean, that's that. I'm just not that big. I'm not that popular in that regards. And again, that has to do with things like timing. Just wouldn't work for me. I can't just fly out there and leave my whole family here and take time off because I want to take time off. That just doesn't work. I can't be on the streams and stuff because timing, again, just doesn't work for me. But that doesn't mean that I'm not in the background working with them and being a part of it in that regards. You look at these big things that have come to the game, and I've been in that first group every single time to be able to have the benefit of whatever it is to offer it to you. I've had the benefit of being in the community spotlight very, very, very early on that many people have never gotten, and many people that don't deserve it. But you know, but they've all been on things like the live streams and the dev stream stuff because they've got the time, because that's they live with their parents, they don't do anything, or they have part-time jobs or whatever. They can run home and do whatever. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be like a dick about it, but it's just the way it is, right? So, uh, obviously, one of the first few to get the glyphs, and I have plenty of those. If anyone's still listening, I have plenty of them to give out still on all the platforms. So keep coming, keep asking me for them, and I'm happy to give them out. Things like that. I'm always getting to be a part of that in the beginning, and it's more about not necessarily the size of the channel that you are, but who you are and how you act. It really ends up playing the bigger role, especially long term, I think. Long term, you'll see a bigger shift and change on things with regards to stuff. I still believe that you're going to see that happen again, where smaller channels are going to become the bigger channels, and the bigger channels are going to just die off because people have just had enough. Um, you know, so whatever. I'm done rambling. Hopefully you listened. Hopefully I made some points, got some shit across. I don't know. I don't know, but I will have a channel update video talking about some of the changes, talking about where my goals are for 2017 and so forth, and what I'm really hoping to achieve now because of stuff that's going on in real life and such. And you know, we'll see where it takes us. I'm hoping to have a pretty good year, but that again, it's all up to the fans and whether they want to come back or whether I continue to have a pretty much dead YouTube channel with just numbers sitting there not doing anything, you know. And part of that is on me. I need to get active on these other games again and do other things again to bring back my other fans that used to be there. Um, so, anyway, I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for at least tuning in.